Hi, this is Jeff Crampton from Okotoks, Alberta, Canada, and I play at Sirocco Golf Course in Calgary. But like Fred, I also like to play TPC Danzante Bay in Baja, Mexico. This is Golf Smarter number 959.
I know one of Brad's good friends, Jason Logan, the editor of Score Golf. He was a guy who's like, hey, I don't wear a golf glove. Just grew up, didn't need it, didn't want one, and he finally tried one. I think he got a free glove in a tournament or something, and he just hadn't worn a glove in like 15 years, and he was amazed at the difference. MyGolfSpy did some testing with golfers who wore a glove and didn't wear a glove, and you'll hit the ball further. So you have better control of the club, and there's data on it can actually increase your distance. I think it was fairly nominal, but it will have an impact on your game. I can't imagine playing golf without one. I get fairly sweaty hands, and sometimes I'll chip without a glove, maybe for a little bit of extra feel, but I couldn't hit a full shot. Couldn't imagine it. I think the data is something like 95% of golfers wear a golf glove.
Red Rooster Golf Gloves continues to raise the bar and turn heads with co-founder Kerry Moher.
This is Golf Smarter, sharing stories, tips, and insights from great golf minds to help you lower your score and raise your golf IQ. Here's your host, Fred Green.
Welcome back to the Golf Smarter podcast, Kerry.
Hello, Fred.
Great to see you, bud. So glad to have you back on the show. And before we go anywhere, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting our Golf Smarter Ambassador program and giving gloves and glove storage compartments to the Golf Smarter ambassadors who request them. We give them a choice of gifts, and yours has been one for a long time. And I really appreciate your generosity with this. Thank you.
That's been great. They seem to really enjoy getting to choose from our wide range of gloves, and I actually have a really cool update for you on the glove compartment. We're working on a 2.0 version that'll be able to share one of the pre-production prototypes. So
I you recently sent me the latest glove compartment. It's beautiful. It's like, I don't know if it's leather, but it feels like it. It looks like it.
It is.
So you're upgrading from that?
So I have an update on that. So we're doing, we do have an upgrade on that. We're starting to do working with custom. So we're working with some golf courses. We're doing some corporate events, member guests to be able to, while we're talking, I'll show you, we can do like embroidery.
Oh, okay.
So we can customize it. And then we're doing, this is the latest and greatest. It's sort of like an etched pewter. So you can sort of,
beautiful.
So we're starting to be able to customize that. We obviously have been selling a lot of them to our own customers. It's the higher end version of the glove compartment. We call it the cockpit, and it's more of a, go in the in the shoe locker, or you can throw it in your bag, as opposed to the glove compartment, which hangs on your bag, and you sort of dry the gloves during the round. So
can't we just call them all cockpit? I think that's so funny. Yeah,
it's a great name. That's Brad's wife. She comes up with all these amazing names. She's just got a great marketing mind, and most of the names of her products, she comes up with. Well, then
let me ask you where Red Rooster Golf, that name came from.
Well, that's actually my nickname. So you can see my
you have red hair. So you've always
been
Red Rooster?
Yeah, my dad. I mean, my mom and dad have dark brown hair, and all my siblings. I have 4 siblings. I'm the only redhead in the family, and my dad used to call me the Red Rooster. That was my nickname, and we liked the idea of the tagline, "Wake up your golf game," and we kind of came up with the name and tried to beat it, and we couldn't come up with anything better. So it's stuck.
Well, I'm glad it's not the Ginger Golf Company.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And how's business? I mean, it's really come a long way since we were first introduced to Red Rooster Golf, when you were just had this idea of creating a glove subscription service, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been chatting since our Kickstarter launch. So you've been with us from the start, and that Kickstarter went really well. I know you were intrigued by the subscription service, and I remember having a really good chat to just kind of talk through that. That's still, our most popular. I think it's our best service. It's hard to know when to change a glove, and when gloves arrive, it's that nice reminder. And it's you get our best price. But of course, we sell lots of gloves. Just people can buy them as needed. It's so easy with Shop Pay, and once you create an account. And we're always releasing, I've got 11 new glove styles to kind of show you here. We're doing lots of fun things with colors and with different celebrating, 4th of July, Canada Day, the British Open. So there's lots of, call them like sort of mini drops. So lots of our customers are just flexible to see what's the latest and greatest kind of like color or style we come out with, and they want to be flexible to grab them. But it's ever since the Kickstarter, and we launched later that fall, it's just been that hockey stick curve that just continues to grow.
Canadians love the hockey stick curve.
Sure, yeah. And so do entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
It's great. It's so viral. Golf's such a social game. So when you find a product, and if it delivers and it meets your expectations, you tend to brag about it and recruit, and golfers, talk and share. So product's good, and we get lots of word of mouth advertising. So we just continue to grow.
Congratulations. The product is very good.
Thank you.
Very good. But when you first did the Kickstarter campaign, what did you have a 5-year plan and think about expansion? I'm sure that you did, because you do have a great business mind. But what were you hoping to achieve with Kickstarter, and then how did you see that developing? That always intrigues me.
Yeah, that's a good question. We did do some strategic planning. That's how we came up with. We did envision ourselves 5 years down the line, and one of the things that exercise really helped us do is we thought about, we imagined ourselves being fairly successful, and I would say we're ahead of expectations at this point.
Wow.
Going into year 3, which is great. We tried to be fairly conservative, and I was a big fan of the Kevin Kelly 1,000 True Fans. That was we felt like we needed to start there, and the Kickstarter goal was to get 1,000 backers. We thought if we can convince 1,000 people to buy gloves from us, it'll sort of, they'll tell a friend of a friend, and things will sort of mushroom and grow. And the Kickstarter, we got, I think it was 1,187 backers. So it met the expectations, exceeded them, and we felt like we could build a business around that, especially on the subscription model. We have more than 2,000 subscribers, but This year alone, we'll have more than 15,000 customers. We'll probably sell 75,000 gloves this year.
You are kidding.
No. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been going great.
Where does that put you in the glove industry? Are you like serious competitors now?
No, we're still pretty small. The market's huge. There's no definitive data, but it's between sort of 50 and 60 million gloves are sold every year in the United States alone. So it's a huge market, but most of it is through the gloves are sold through pro shops.
Right.
And so that's still, we're a direct to consumer brand. And when we did the 5-year visioning, the first thing we identified was, if we're successful, we want to give back. What would that look like? That's how we came up with the Play It Forward program, where we donate gloves to youth golf.
Great.
And that's been amazing. Just super rewarding to give kids these gloves, and our youth gloves come in 8 sizes, 4 sizes for each hand. We have the smallest glove available in the market, period, because I have 3 daughters who I'm, desperately trying to convince to play golf, and they're tough nut to crack. But all 3 of them, even though they're 12, 10, and 7, they wear our smallest glove, and they're tiny girls with small hands, and there were no gloves that fit them that we could find. So that we sort of, it was sort of problem solution. that give back has been great. But I think the other thing is, as we sort of thought about the 5-year visioning, we thought we would be direct to consumer, maybe forever. We didn't really think about the sort of retail / golf shops, but we're really being pulled in that direction. We get a lot of golf clubs reaching out to us because they see a lot of their members or a lot of their guests wearing Red Rooster gloves. They hear about the quality and they'd like to carry them. So we're planning on attending the PGA show next year with the intention of I call it sort of tiptoeing into retail. We will work with, some select partners where there's a fit. There's obviously no golf shops that aren't already selling gloves. So what we're offering isn't novel, but our approach is a little bit different. Our price point's a little bit different, and obviously our give back program's unique. So that's kind of going to be the next phase, which 5 years ago we couldn't have envisioned, year 4 moving into retail, but here we are.
What's the advantage of being a direct-to-consumer company in a space like golf that is so attached to pro shops and retail stores?
I think it's owning the customer experience. So in the direct-to-consumer space, we're not handing that off. So, we take full responsibility for the product and for the relationship. So we love that. So our customer service is a big part of what we do. We love, we're still doing, I remember when we did the Kickstarter, we sold 2,500 gloves to 1,100 customers. And when we finally got those gloves, 3 or 4 months later, we did handwritten notes to everybody. We were really appreciative of, we call that group our RROGs, our Red Rooster original gangsters. And,
every time I received a glove and I saw a handwritten note, I'm like touching, going, oh my God, they really did. This isn't printed on here. They actually wrote this note with my name on it. I was amazed.
Yeah, we still do it. We enjoy it. We know all the customers. And even though we're growing and we've got, lots of them, will be 15,000 this year. We take the time. So we own that relationship and we enjoy it. And obviously there's it's good business. There's if you like our gloves and you play a lot of golf, you'll be back, you'll recruit, you'll tell a friend. But we also, we offer, we call it our best glove guarantee. Like any issues, it's free exchanges. We ship all of our gloves for free. And any issues, it's a no questions asked, typically exchange. I can't remember ever issuing a refund. They're golf gloves. They're made of soft leather. Sometimes they tear, sometimes there's an issue, but we take full responsibility. We've also got a great manufacturing partner and it's rare, but we enjoy the interaction, live chat, lots of email, lots of social messages. So our team's busy, but overwhelmingly the feedback's so positive that it's so fun to interact there versus, and we're prepared to go the retail route, but then you sort of hand off that relationship. You ship the gloves to them and they take over and now you're playing playing a bit of telephone. If they have issues, we'll fully support them, but you're not interacting directly with that customer. We really enjoy that part of the direct to consumer experience.
And would you rather be in pro shops or retail or PGA Superstore type of situations? Do you have a preference on where you want to go next when you do go on a retail side?
Yeah, we want to start with golf courses. Yeah. So we've had a lot of customization
there too.
Yeah, for sure. And we're at the point now where we can handle that. So, the first couple of years, we were just trying to figure out the direct-to-consumer space, period, and our own manufacturing and fulfillment and everything was new. We're, 3 years in, we've got that pretty dialed in. Now we're learning, a new channel. So we're going to move slowly. We have a number of courses that have expressed interest for years. And so we're going to kind of like start with our best friends where there's the right fit, and kind of slowly branch out from there. So we're looking for partners willing to, we're pretty honest that this is all new for us. It'll be all new for us next year. We'll probably have a bit of a learning curve and some hiccups along the way. So we want to have, the right partners who really appreciate our product and want it. We're not sort of pushing our way in, making a lot of sales calls. We actually just have a bunch of golf courses that have expressed interest, and this is the year where we're going to start to work with them and meet those needs. So we'll kind of start there and kind of branch out slowly, learn from it, see how things go. But we're excited about it.
That's great. That's great. So by going to a retail direction when you get there, does that make it more appealing for larger companies to buy you out? Is that a goal for Red Rooster Golf? Are you guys now that you're seeing your hockey stick trajectory? It's like, no, we're in this one. We're taking it to the top on our own.
No, that's not really a consideration. I've never really thought of. I have.
Wow.
I've been a bit of a serial entrepreneur. I have. Yeah. I've bought and sold businesses, and this is one. I've never been in a business that I've been this passionate about. So I'm really enjoying it. We're doing really well, which is great. We're making a really good living. We're having fun doing it, and I've been through that where I did sell a business and probably had some regret after, just that like I was enjoying it. It was making money. We were having fun, and we sold it and we did well. But all of a sudden I had a couple of years there where I was sort of soul searching, and I'm 46, turning 47 in a few weeks. I'm looking to do this for a long time. And so that wasn't really a consideration. I think we actually we're excited about the retail space because we've got partners who really want us. So it's just the right fit. We kind of had said no, and then now we're like, why would we say no? These are, perfectly good partners. It's a good channel. We're not trying to, push our way in, or it's a bit sort of stress-free, and we have a great manufacturing partner who can support us. So it feels like the next logical step.
You're an August baby?
Yes.
Me too.
August 11th.
August 4th.
Okay. Leo.
Yeah, but I think I've got 20 plus years on you. You said 47?
I'll be 47 on August 11th. Yeah.
Yeah. 69. Okay.
Looking good, Fred. Looking good for 69, pal.
Well, it's because we're both wearing our red shirts today.
That's it.
You guys have won some awards?
Yeah, we've done well. MyGolfSpy's been awfully good to us. Score Golf as well. The product's really good. It's we built. It's funny because we wanted to differentiate. So when we came into the market, the idea was build a glove that'll last. There's this expectation from golfers that when you buy, the more you spend, the longer that glove will last. But usually the more you spend, the thinner and softer that glove is. And, for instance, like the Titleist Players glove, it's a beautiful glove, but it's built for touring pros. It's good for a round or two, realistically, especially in the heat. But most golfers expect to get 8, 10, 12 rounds out of a glove. So we built a glove that will hold up to that. And then I think the only knock was we don't have the thin, soft glove. So last summer, we came up with the Sussex. That is our tournament glove. And it's funny because we only offer one glove in that style, and it's now our number one seller.
Wow.
So we're sort of known for our durability and known for our, still super soft glove, but we'll sort of meet expectations. And now our thin, soft glove is the glove that is outselling everything, but it's nice to have options.
It's interesting because if you think about you want to build a glove to last, I wonder if the consumer impression of a subscription service, oh, I can get a new glove every month. I wonder if they're not very good gloves. I mean, you think the mindset could be, yeah, if they want me to change it out every so often, then how good can the glove be? And yet you're like, no, these gloves will last you. And the other thing is, I live on the West Coast. I don't have to deal with humidity. So I don't go through gloves that fast. The times that I've played in humid weather, I was like, oh, this thing's changing color and sticking to me, because I like to take it off for putting. So I don't.
Yeah, we have found with subscribers that if anything, because our gloves last so long, that they move off the subscription because the reminder comes up and they're like, this thing,
I don't need a replacement.
Looks brand new so far. So, but there's a lot of flexibility with the subscription too. So doesn't have to be monthly.
Right.
We have some who are on bi-weekly,
Wow.
Or they get multiple gloves when the gloves come in a month, or you can get them every 2 months, every 3 months, every quarter. You can skip a shipment. You can set, you can get a glove in October and set your next one for April. So it's the customers using the subscription are the ones who are pretty active with it, because you can change gloves. You can get rain gloves 1 month. You can get our practice glove, the Range Rooster. You can get a new style. So it's pretty flexible, and I think that our customers that use that flexibility are the ones that kind of appreciate it. And if others like to get 5-6 gloves at a time, and there's their gloves for the year. So it's more just giving people as many options as possible so that they choose which one suits them best.
I have, I think, one friend who doesn't wear a glove. Everybody wears gloves. Why do we wear gloves when we're playing golf? And how do I convince this one friend that he really needs to be wearing a glove?
Well, you're right. We actually have a lot of customers who wear 2 gloves.
Oh.
Wear them on both hands. And sometimes it's for sun protection.
Okay. That makes sense.
For sometimes it's for feel. But the gloves started, it's for feel, right? Especially like in humid conditions. And it's that, that soft cabretta leather, it's really tacky. So it's for grip. I know one of Brad's good friends, Jason Logan, he's the editor of Score Golf. And he was a guy who's like, hey, I don't wear a golf glove. And just grew up, didn't need it, didn't want one. And he finally tried one. I think he got a free glove in a tournament or something, and he just hadn't worn a glove in like 15 years. And he was amazed at the difference. And I know MyGolfSpy did some testing with golfers who wore a glove and didn't wear a glove. And you'll hit the ball further. So you have better control of the club, and there's data on it can actually increase your distance. I think it was fairly nominal, but it will have an impact on your game. I can't imagine playing golf without one. I get fairly sweaty hands, and I can't hold on. Sometimes I'll chip without a glove, maybe for a little bit of extra feel, but I couldn't hit a full shot. I couldn't imagine it. I think the data is something like 95% of golfers wear a golf glove.
That's incredible. Yeah, it makes total sense. And again, I probably, when I pull out a wedge, and definitely the putter, I'll pull the glove off. So it goes on and off and on and off. And I've never had any problem with any tearing or wear like that. If I have any wear at all, it's probably in the left of the palm of my hand, opposite of my thumb.
That's where you see the most wear, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think figuring out what size glove to wear is probably a huge issue for most consumers.
That's what we see. We do. I mentioned we're doing a Pro-Am. Brad's in Ottawa in late July playing in the PJ Tour Americas event, and that Pro-Am has 200 people in it. And when we fit up those 200 people, I would estimate that just about everybody's, got a glove. Most of them are like, they hide it because it's usually like pretty old and ratty. Even though they've spent, these Pro-Ams, they're spending thousands of dollars to play in this event, and they've got this, rolled up glove. But
that can stand up on its own, probably.
Yeah, pretty crusty.
And give you the finger, right, with one finger sticking up.
Or holes in it. So everybody's happy to get a new, fresh glove. But
sure.
I would estimate that at least half of them will leave, or upwards of that, will leave with a glove in a size that they're not currently wearing. In a lot of cases, most people just don't know what cadet sizes are. So that's slightly shorter finger and a wider palm. And most people just never, it's not a very good name. It sounds like you're in the military, or it sounds like a kid's glove. So the industry needs to come up with a better name for cadet.
Too late.
Yeah.
Can't change that now. Or maybe it could change minds.
And normally it's, and I would say 100% of the time when we're changing their size, they're going down at least one size, sometimes two. They're never going up. I've never come across someone who's wearing a glove that's too small. They're always wearing one that's too big, right? And the glove should be really tight. Most people will wear it almost like a regular glove. You can just see most gloves are just a bit loose. They're pulling the strap way over. The thing gets, so you get a more wear and tear in that case, and the glove doesn't last as long, and it obviously doesn't perform as well. So we love doing events where we do glove fittings, because we expose them to, our gloves come in 34 sizes when you include, 36 sizes when you include our youth gloves. We're talking male, female, right, left hand, cadet, and regular. That it's a really wide range. And when we lay them out on the table and everybody sees how many size options, they're often blown away, because they think, there's probably like 8 to 10 sizes. And
at most.
So we can really fit up, when we go up to, double XL. So often females are wearing like a men's size, because the female sizes are a pretty small range. Some women wear a kid's glove, and some guys need to wear a female glove. They've got a smaller hand. And we love those events. It just, it's fun to get somebody fit properly. In a lot of cases, it's the first time they've ever had a glove that, fits them really well, makes a big difference. And you've educated them on something, and they, modify that moving forward. So we try to do as many events as we can fit in the calendar.
And what's the process of getting fitted for a glove?
So often when they come up, they've got a size. We get them to put on their glove. We can tell right away if the glove they're wearing fits or not. It's usually too big. So they usually start with, this is the size I wear. We either, if that glove fits properly, then we'll give them if they're a medium, then we'll give them a medium. And often, but we'll do a fitting. We'll put the medium on. We'll get them, to try that glove on. We look at the fit, and we'll see if it's a little bit loose, we might go down to a small. If it's a little, tight in the palm, we might go to a cadet medium, which gives them a little bit more space through. We call cadet like a construction hand. It's kind of like, it's that sort of meaty palm and shorter fingers. And you're a cadet.
I am.
Yeah.
Medium large cadet.
There you go. Medium large cadet.
Right. And talk about specific size.
And I think also as a direct to consumer brand, we're finding that probably a higher percentage of our customers wear cadet because they have a hard time finding cadet in pro shops. A lot of pro shops just carry regular gloves. Red Rooster carries the widest range of sizes of any brand, including Titleist. Wow. Titleist doesn't carry right-hand cadet. They just don't do it because it's a relatively small market, and
they've just worth it for them to
not worth it for them. And those customers are our customers because we offer it, and they can't find it other places. So I think we tend to skew also with lefties. They have a hard time finding gloves. We offer,
and clubs.
Yeah. So we go kind of like deep on the sizes and kind of build those relationships. So I do think we're kind of probably, if you look at our customer data, it's probably not industry data. We're just finding maybe we serve the obscure sizes that are maybe hard to find. And
that's one of the advantages of direct to consumer.
Yeah, I think so.
A one-to-one communication as opposed to, surveys to middlemen and whatnot.
Yeah.
What about women who have long nails and they have, they're really concerned about the quality of the life of their nails and the look and stuff? Does that change the size of the glove if they have the longer nails?
Yeah, what they'll often do is we'll see the women's gloves do have longer fingers relative to the men's glove, simply because women have kind of longer, thinner fingers. And so those gloves are kind of fitted to that anyway. They are slightly longer, not for the purpose of the nails. And certainly some nails just can't be accommodated. I hear some women, they actually cut the top and of the fingers so that if you have very long nails so that they can go through. In other cases, the gloves are sort of allow for that little extra room so that the nails fit in there. We have a lot of female customers, and we've rolled out, I think I showed you these rainbow of colors. We've got, a beautiful lavender, sort of purple glove, and this pink glove here, a soft pink, and this yellow canary color, and this really nice soft green emerald color. So we've also tried to not only offer enough sizes for women, but also styles that appeal to them. So these gloves that I showed you there, they were offered to female only. We would often make a glove, and it's realistically more styled for men, offered in women's sizes. And now we're featuring more styles that cater to the female audience, fit their personal, style tastes, match outfits, just trying to be flexible to meet that market. That's one of the biggest growing markets right now for new golfers is female golfers.
Especially with lots of colors. Women buy just the rainbow of colors all at once, just depending on the outfit that they have.
That's right. Guys. We would see all four of those gloves sold.
Even if I did that from my various styles of clothes or colors of clothes, nobody would notice. But the women, they're like, wait a minute, didn't you wear that color glove last time we played together?
That's right. The details.
Okay, so let's talk about the product line because, again, when we first started, you had a couple of gloves and you have really gone way beyond that now. Again, the Red Rooster brand is so strong and it looks so good that, you've just found other places to put your logo on it. And it's not just gloves and hats.
Yeah, you're right. So the first products we did, it was the gloves, and we offered an accessory, the glove compartment. And we're coming up with
they were the original one, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is the second version of this. Is going to be like a 2.0. We've made it's waterproof. We've improved the Velcro here. We've improved the zipper. It's a more rugged, easy to open zipper. It has the inside has a closed pocket now. It used to be an open. So now you can put your phone in there. You can put some of your accessories, ball markers, etc. And then we have the dividers.
Oh.
So you can put, 3 or 4 gloves, keep them separate so they don't, stick together.
Does it make it thicker? Does that make that thicker?
It is. It is slightly thicker. Yeah. So it can carry a little bit more. That's kind of like the upgrade on that product. I'd mentioned what we call the cockpit, which is the higher end version, the leather version, for those that want to keep the gloves kind of safely either in their locker or inside their bag. We've come up with, that we had launched in the last 2 months alone, last 60 days, we launched 11 different, glove styles, everything from, our Canada Day glove, flag gloves to the, we got the Liberty for 4th of July, our U.S. flag, we got the Scottish glove to celebrate sort of Royal Troon and the British Open. So
I love that it's that you have it as a white glove, but you have the thumb colored.
Yeah.
To match the Velcro flap. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been really we're just kind of trying to have some fun with some of the styles. Some of them are limited edition. And then we're starting to come up with like some of these accessories like the
Wait,
the
let me ask
socks.
you this. Wait, before you go there, on the limited edition, do you number them?
No,
make them. If you want to make them collectibles, limited edition, you got to number them, and people are like, oh, I got number 12.
Yeah,
55.
you can do that for some other accessories, but gloves don't last too long. So, and you're not likely to put them in a drawer. We want you to use them, but some of them
put them on the wall. You have them on the wall.
Well, that's to celebrate our Kickstarter.
Okay.
But we certainly could. We could try. We are working on some limited edition head covers, leather head covers that we're working with our partner, and some of those can be fun. We are finding that in some cases, like the Scotland glove here, we call it the Saltire. I mean, we only made 100 of them, so they didn't last a day. We sent an email out and they were all gone. So sometimes we're learning that less is more.
Yeah, absolutely. And what other accessories? Now let's talk about your hat line. Do we have a bucket hat yet or a big brim hat? I've been bugging you for this.
Yes,
for a long
we
time.
do. We've got, we have 14 new hat styles coming, everything from performance hats to visors and bucket hats. We have,
Visor's a good idea. What's a performance hat?
Just super breathable. So, for the heat. So, and really like, holds dries quickly and, actually really good in just more of a performance material. We do have a couple of dad hats as well. So the, traditional kind of like cotton hats. We're trying to have and they're the lower profile. The performance hats are made of the dry wicking material and have some breathability, some holes in them. And then we've got, 4 styles of, two different styles and 2 different colors of visors, and then 2 different styles and 2 different colors of bucket hats. So we really want to have, that wide range of hats. We've got, a lot of customers that's great real estate too. I think, marketing wise, if you can get customers who love our gloves, that's not near as visible as say a head cover, of course, which we've been in the head covers for a while. That's probably the best real estate on a bag. If you can get a Red Rooster head cover on one of your customers, that's highly visible. And of course you can't beat a hat, and then, I'm a guy where, sun sleeves, and obviously as a redhead, I'm pretty sensitive to, I've always worn bucket hats. So we wanted to produce some of our own, and I'm really happy with what we've come out with. And, as soon as they're ready, I'm going to send you some pictures of the pre-production samples, and you can choose your bucket hat, Fred. I know you're a big proponent.
I'm a big proponent of big brim hats too, because I still think that the PGA should make it that baseball caps are just, they don't do anything other than protect your eyes from the sun, but the side of your head and your back, your neck, you're exposed, and it's just not healthy.
You see a lot of caddies right now wearing buckets, right, but not players.
Right. And it's like too cool. Come on, guys. You're playing that club. It may not be a cool club, but you're playing it. So, wow.
I think Joel Damon, and even his not a wide brim, really. But
no, it's bigger than most. I like his hats. I would love to. I've always wanted And then Full Swing came out. But I've been trying to get in touch with him for a long time to talk to him about why, because he's a cancer survivor, but his feelings about getting other players to wear the larger brim. So what, guys?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
You know, I mean, like, if you're a golfer, you're supposed to drop your ego anyway. So let's do this. Are you still looping for your partner, Brad?
Well, he's not playing much these days, and but I love to caddy for him because I just love to see that kind of game up close, and I love to see how he. I don't want to say picks apart a golf course. He's actually ultra conservative, so I learn a lot just in seeing how
conservative in his play.
Very, and
we call that golf smarter.
That's what it is. He's very, when we would, in a practice round, he's choosing lines off the tee. He's looking for the biggest landing area. Now, maybe that requires flying a bunker, but often it means, playing conservative. Maybe it's a 3-wood or an iron off the tee. Then he's looking for the middle of the green. And so as we chart stuff, I'm often surprised at sort of how, the better rounds come from playing the most conservative. You kind of let the birdies come to you. You avoid the bogeys, and, par is always a good score on any hole. And it's funny when you play that way and you sort of lay back, the birdies do tend to come to you. And when you're pushing for them, that's when the bogeys show up. So, I love looping for Brad, and I'm always trying to get him out to play more tournaments, kind of selfishly, so I can get on the bag and just so I can get him playing more. He still plays. I love playing golf with him, period, because it's he's just on another level. Yeah.
When I was up at the Lab Golf Factory and got a chance to play with Sam and his tour development director, Liam Bedford, these guys have a completely different game. I mean, it was really fun to watch their swing and to watch the ball flight and their intention. It was amazing. And I learned a fascinating stat when I was playing with them, that there was an experiment done by, I don't know if it was a course or a group or whatever it was, but they had golfers play without a flag on the green.
Oh.
And statistically, they hit more greens because everyone was just trying to go for the center of the green.
Sure.
Instead of flag hunting. So without flags, there was better results on greens in regulation. I thought that was absolutely exciting and interesting and something to keep in mind. Just go for the center of the green, it's like...
That's it. It's hard to do sometimes, especially when you have like a wedge in your hand but
the flag's up front. And,
sure. But statistically, you're right. That's how you play your best golf.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank the audience for hanging tight on this interview, because I'm sure it sounded like an infomercial for Red Rooster Golf, and maybe it was, but it's only because I'm excited about your product. I'm excited about your company, and I'm always fascinated to learn more about the guys who, on a Kickstarter campaign, that can actually turn their company into a success and grow with it and grow with demand. So it is just an honor to have you guys as part of our family, and watching you grow. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, Fred. It's fun. When we started, we had some, I think, conservative expectations, and we've met them, but we've enjoyed it along the way. Brad and I, we grew up playing junior golf together. So it's been a great way to, rekindle our friendship and get involved in the game that we love so much, and, with our give back program. So it's something that we really enjoy. And I want to share one other thing with your audience. We're working on, it's a contest that's going to come out later this fall. It's our Golden Glove
2024.
2024. It's called our Golden Glove contest, and it's a way to kind of like reward some of our customers, but it's also to sort of educate consumers on the breadth of sizes. So our adult gloves come in 28 sizes, and we have one glove, a golden glove, in each one of those sizes. And it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Those are going to be seeded into orders over a couple of months. And when that golden glove shows up in your order, that customer will automatically win a $200 shopping spree on RedRoosterGolf.com. And then they're entered in a draw for a trip for two to Streamsong. So that trip will be in January, it looks like, probably just before the PGA show. So I wanted to kind of share that with you. It's something that we're having a little bit of fun with. When we saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and their sort of remake, we came up with this idea, and it was a way to kind of celebrate our customers and educate them on the different sizing and just kind of have some fun.
That is brilliant. I love that idea. Totally the Chocolate Factory, the Golden Glove.
Yeah.
That is great. All right, so look for that for the fall of 2024. Kerry, great to talk to you again, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it.
Well, it's been almost a month since we recorded last week's episode with Sam Hahn, and I've not touched my club since because of summer travel. But I'm headed back out to the course this week and could not be more excited to get out there again, especially to keep improving with my new lab broomstick putter. But also, I'm going to start testing out an electric caddy from MGI. Now, I'm going to use it for the next month. You know, I always walk the golf course, and I have a 3-wheel push cart. And it's pretty hilly here in Northern California, so sometimes my back gets tested pushing the cart up and down the hills. So testing out an electric caddy is something I've wanted to do for a long time. They reached out to me. They sent me one to try out, and I'll use it for the next month. And then we're going to have a conversation with their VP of U.S. Sales about the product, the benefits of walking, and the latest statistics on how so many golfers are walking now more than ever. And if you have any questions about these electric caddies that you'd like me to ask their VP, then please write to me and let me know what you want to hear, and I'll make sure that gets discussed. Now, this week's Golf Smarter ambassador, Jeff Crampton, who lives and plays in Alberta, Canada, he mentioned that he also plays at TPC Danzante Bay in Loreto, Mexico, located on the east coast of Baja California. I'll leave a link in today's show notes of a video I created about one of the most beautiful holes I've ever played, and that's number 17 at TPC Danzante Bay, which is the only TPC course in Mexico. And when you come up over the hilltop to get the view of this par 3 that is looking out to the Sea of Cortez onto a green that is elevated about 150 feet above the water. It's breathtaking. And I'll make sure. So you go to golfsmarter.com and click on today's show, and you'll see the video. Or I'll just leave a link in the show notes. It's a short video, and you can see it. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, I love that golf course, and I'm hoping to get there again before the end of this year. Jeff wanted to see Tony Manzoni's video of the Lost Fundamental, and he got it for free just by sharing with us where he plays, where he lives, and which episode number this is. Now that we talked to Kerry about the great gloves and the multitude of choices they offer at Red Rooster Golf, I want to remind you that when you sign up to be a Golf Smarter ambassador, you get a choice of 3 free gifts. And one of those choices, along with Tony Manzoni's Lost Fundamental video, is a glove and glove storage compartment or cockpit from Red Rooster Golf. I can't think of how I could make it any easier for you to become one of our ambassadors. All you need to do is introduce a future episode. Just write to golfsmarterpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you because, I just can't give the instructions here because I give specific instructions on which episode it's going to be. So I'll get back to you after you write to me with some simple instructions on how to call in, record, and I'll even give you a script of exactly what to say. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for upcoming episodes, like the suggestion that I got this week for getting Jeff Mangum of the Putting Zone back on the show. We haven't talked to Jeff since 2017, and I've already written to him, and he's already said, let's do it. So stay tuned. We'll have Jeff Mangum to talk about putting again, and that's always an adventure with Jeff. Anyway, for any of those things, write to golfsmarterpodcast@gmail.com or click on the Hey Fred button when you're at golfsmarter.com.